Okay. So a short explanation about quiet. What is the meaning of quiet? What is the function of quiet? Well, depending on the context or collocation, it has basically two main meanings. Meaning number one, to some degree, softening. Yeah? This is the most common meaning. This is the everyday meaning of quiet. Alright? The one you know. But there is a new meaning. Well, it's not new, but it might be new for you. There is another meaning to quiet, which is to the greatest degree. Something like completely, absolutely, for emphasis. Yeah? So this is the one that you know, the one that it's been taught to you since you were A1, A2, B1, B2. This is the most common meaning, but there is another meaning. So the meaning that you already know is softening. So it was quite good. It was good? It was quite good. Softening. So before adjectives, yeah, softening the adjective. And quite easy, again, quite easy. Softening the adjective, so to some degree, not very much, but quite easy. Actually, I quite like it. Okay, I like it. What is like? A verb, yeah? A verb, quite, hate, love. I quite like it, again. I don't like it very, very, very much, but I quite like it. I like it to some degree. Soft, in a soft way, softening. Not very much, but I quite like it, yeah? I've got quite a few things to tell you. A few things. What is a few? This is a quantifier, right? Quantifier. Before quantifiers. So I have a few things to tell you. I have quite a few things to tell you. Well, not very, very, very many. Yeah? Not very, very, very many, but quite a few things to tell you. Again, softening the quantifier. This is the one that we know. Okay? And the one that we are familiar with. However, there is a second use that you might not be very familiar. Quite, yeah? Quite meaning to the greatest degree. A synonym would be completely. A synonym could be absolutely, yeah? For emphasis. So have a look at this one. I think it's quite clear. So that's why I wrote this exclamation mark here. I think it's quite clear. Yeah, I quite agree. So this quite is not meaning to some extent. This quite actually means completely clear. Absolutely clear. So quite is a synonym of absolutely. Quite is a synonym of completely. It's not softening, it is emphasizing. All right? Yeah, I quite agree. Also, guys, depending on the context and the intonation, if somebody says, well, I quite agree, that would be softening. But if somebody says, I quite agree, then that would be emphasizing. Have a look at this one. Oh my God, that's quite far. Again, this quite, in this context, if you look at this context, oh my God, you look at this exclamation mark. It's far, it's quite far. Then because of the little context that we have here, exclamation mark, and oh my God, we know that this quite is not softening. This quite is emphasizing. No worries, it's quite alright. It's quite alright. This quite is not saying it's a little bit alright. This quite is saying it's completely alright. Don't worry. It's completely alright. It's absolutely alright. Nothing to worry about. And this is a collocation, yeah? Quite alright is a collocation. It's quite very common, yeah? Quite alright is quite very common, yeah? It's a collocation. Yeah, that's quite alright. It means totally alright. I love that movie. It's quite brilliant. Again, the person loves the movie so much. So this quite is not softening. This quite is emphasizing. Yeah. So depending on the context. Depending on the context. So use number one, the one you already knew. Use number two, a use that I'm presenting to you.